Hey everybody! So I am joined here with my brother Adam. No, we're not twins.
No, we're
People
not
keep
twins.
asking that every time we upload something. I'm 2 years older. So anyway.
I'm much cooler.
But anyway, just to get that out of the open, we're reviewing Mr. Robot, Season 2, Episode 5 now? I think we're on 5.
4 or 5.
I think it's 5. Last was 4. And yeah, I liked this episode. I liked what in the beginning. So when it first started out, there's spoilers. This whole thing is full of spoilers. We're not going to do a spoiler-free review. So spoiler alert. It opens up in the beginning with him, and it looked like he was in a dark room, and he's talking about the beauty of hacking and programming, how it makes him feel euphoric, and how beautiful the code is and everything. It's very poetic in the way that he explained it. Almost like like he's writing a love story. And then the lights kind of come on, and you see the henchman, Ray's henchman, watching him, and he asks a couple of questions. And then when he concentrates back on the computer, the lights dim again, and he kind of focuses in. And I liked that thematic, theatrical element that they did there.
Yeah, I like that also because that's what it feels like when you're a night person. I'm a night person. I'm usually up until 5 or 6 in the morning,
right?
Most of the time. So it's like you're doing your thing, you're writing, or you're watching a TV show.
And you're focused and zoomed in on it.
Like you look up, you're like, all of a sudden you're like, oh, yeah, shit, it's 6 in the morning. That's kind of what that was.
But yeah, and also for like when you're concentrating on something that hard, it feels like the rest of the world is just zoned out.
It is.
Especially like I'm sure when you're writing,
yes.
Like you might have your headphones on and you're out, like you're zoned.
I don't write with my headphones, but yeah, it does feel like that, where you're like sucked into it. Your mind is somewhere else. It's not in the physical reality.
Yeah.
And then he's just standing there over him, like. That's kind of funny. That's kind of funny.
He was a bit creepy on that.
He was. He's like, "What are you doing?"
But when I was a computer tech, I would have people at work do that to me. I would be concentrating on a problem so much that there would be someone standing right next to my cubicle, and I wouldn't even see him there until they said something.
How long was that guy standing there?
Don't know. I wouldn't know.
1 second or 10 minutes.
And he's trying to hack the FBI, but he explained that he's going to use the cell tower, the local cell tower, to hack the FBI cell phones, which would give him access into everything else that's around there. So he's kind of coming in through, you should call it a back door, but he's not going through the servers directly. He's coming in through their cell phones, which everybody carries.
He kind of did that in the last season with the cop car. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
He hacked through the cop car, or he tried to, or something.
Yeah. He used their network.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From the cop car.
From the cop car. Yeah,
That was the cop, though. That wasn't the FBI.
Right.
A little harder.
But we find out what his plans are. Yeah, we found out what his plans are, so that they can go in and find out what evidence they have about Angela with the CD, putting in the CD. We don't want her.
Yeah,
to get caught.
a lot of FBI stuff this episode, and it was probably for the ending of this episode. That's probably the reason. So you had like 4 or 5 scenes with them with the Chinese security ambassador, whatever he was.
Yep.
And they were also at that storage facility, and like the information storage place, whatever the fuck.
Yeah,
it
it's
was
like
called.
a server room.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they and the party. They had scenes with them at the party. We found out that J.D. Wong's character, can't remember his name, but
I don't think he has a name. I think they're
we've
purposely not showing his name.
yeah, we've only known him as the
Ambassador, the security of chief of security.
well, we've only known him as the Chinese hacker that dresses up like a woman.
Yeah.
And we find out this episode he's a politician, like he's a high-ranking politician.
Well, I guess he was. She said he was like chief of Chinese security or something. So.
Yeah, information security head person. So he's like high up.
I haven't heard his name. Have you?
Not that I remember.
I think that's on purpose.
I think they called
Maybe it's on. Maybe we could check on IMDb. I'll check.
but they called him like ma'am.
Ma'am or sir?
Yeah.
Did that guy that handed him that FBI sheet? What did he call her?
I think he called her ma'am.
Just ma'am?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. Hacker identity sneakiness on purpose, right?
She did say his real name, I guess, for the security, his position, but I don't remember what she called him.
Well, I didn't catch it.
But anyway, so we find out he's not just the major. He doesn't just run the major Chinese hackers. He's a high-ranking person in the Chinese government.
And
Yeah, so
he's got that shit taken care of.
He's uber powerful over there.
He's got his shit taken care of.
Yeah. And then in the
White Rose.
White Rose.
That's all he is. He's like White Rose from the first season. He was White Rose.
All right, so that's what we know him as, White Rose.
White Rose, and I don't even remember him saying his name.
I thought maybe she just called him Sir or something.
I never caught it. I'm sure it would be on there.
Yeah, I'll go back I'll go back and check, and if
Flashes
they do,
that up there. White Rose.
White Rose.
John Wong.
But I like the scene that they had between him and the FBI agent when she was trying to find the bathroom and she wanders into this clock room. There's a lot of clocks in there, and
wasn't there a character in Alice in Wonderland? The guy was obsessed with clocks. Was that Alice in Wonderland?
That rings a bell, but nothing specific.
Rings an alarm.
Rings an alarm. A cuckoo clock. The maybe the Mad Hatter.
The Mad Hatter, was he obsessed with clocks? I think
maybe, or the rabbit.
The rabbit. No, it's the rabbit. The rabbit was obsessed with clocks, right?
Yeah, rabbit always looking at his watch.
And he was obsessed with clocks.
But anyway, the scenes between White Rose and the FBI agent remind me a lot of, and I'm going back to this, Silence of the Lambs, with Hannibal Lecter and Clarice, and they even had scenes in this show where he's trying to get personal information of why she's in the FBI.
You're obviously obsessed with Silence of the Lambs.
I like Hannibal Lecter.
We'll just put that out there.
But he is trying to get her to give personal information of why she's in the FBI. Is the same thing that Hannibal Lecter wanted to know.
Sure. And a lot of other stories, I'm sure.
Yeah. And then he said a line that I was like, man, that sounds so familiar. He said, life is but a shadow. A shadow walking.
A walking shadow.
Walking shadow. I'm like, that sounds so familiar. And the only reason I knew it is it sounds similar to a Hellraiser 4 Pinhead quote. But in actuality, it comes from Shakespeare's Macbeth. But I'm glad that
everything comes from Shakespeare.
Whenever you hear the words that are placed in that
every time
order,
you hear a cool line, I'm sure it was like derived from Shakespeare.
From somewhere in Shakespeare.
He said it first, yeah.
Because it sounds so much different than the rest of the dialogue. Like it's very specifically.
Oh, they have a lot of good lines if you're trying to catch them.
Right. I guess that's one of the first ones that I actually caught, because it resonated with me, I guess. But I liked that whole speech that he gave. That dialogue scene and with him talking about the dresses and makes him very creepy.
Well, they're definitely bringing out his character. He's all about precision and time, and those dresses are all about precision and take a long time to make. Yeah, but they're like hand stitched or something.
Hand embroidered. Yeah, with like expensive silks, and they're like
they're
100
really
years old, and
they were just giving him more character, other than the Chinese hacker White Rose.
Yeah, he's a lot more complicated now after this episode, and I love it. I think it's great. I like complicated characters.
And now I think he's less of a Bond villain now. He kind of came off as a Bond villain.
Like you almost wanted him to have a kitty.
Yeah, I said that. I think I said that last week. But now he's more humanized.
Yeah.
This episode.
A little crazy, I think.
He's crazy, but humanized.
Yeah, a lot more complicated now. Like you get a lot more detail. I like that. No, we didn't get too much more detail from the FBI agent. We just have her motivations are still the same. She's very, she finds dreaming a waste of time. Is what she told that one lady when she was talking about her dreams. But she's like seeing weird things, like when she was coming into the airport in China and she saw the two guys wearing
the masks,
kabuki masks or whatever coming up.
One of those hacker masks, wasn't it?
I thought it was like the samurai mask that a samurai warrior would wear.
They look familiar. It seems like they were from last season or something.
Yeah.
Like the Chinese hackers.
So maybe she was being followed. I don't know. But it could be that she's just seeing things.
I think they're from a previous episode. I think those are the Chinese hackers, I think.
And then, but we didn't get too much more of her character. We got a lot more screen time with her, but we just know that she's
just that
basically...
one little bit where she was like, hey, you're not supposed to be here. I mean, but we already knew that was part of her character. Like, no bullshit.
Yeah. Well, she did talk about how the reason she's in the FBI is her fiance or her boyfriend proposed marriage and she basically ran away. And that was her motivation to go into school and ended up being in the FBI.
Oh, that's true too, yeah.
It was a very short story and kind of vague. It was more of just like, I ran away and this is where I ran to.
He was definitely trying to find out information about her, very subtly. And she started to pick up on that.
Yeah.
So she wasn't having that.
No. And since we've already been talking about her whole storyline, we might as well talk about the ending. So they're getting ready to, I guess, leave China. I guess they finished everything. They're in the hotel lobby. And then two guys come in with automatic weapons, start shooting all the FBI agents.
Or it's not even that. It was just a bullet. Boosh, shot her coworker.
Yeah.
Like you didn't even see who was shooting. It was just all of a sudden. It was well done.
Yeah, it was very well done. Very well set up, shocking moment. I was like, whoa, what the...
Instead of having two guys, hey, put your hands up, we're here. Shoot. It was just,
well, if you're gonna kill
bullets whizzing,
if you're gonna kill FBI agents, don't give them warning.
But they do that. They always do that in movies and TV shows, though.
Freeze! Don't move.
Hey, I'm here. Boom, 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 boom. There, it was the bullets whizzing past.
Yeah, basically, her friend got shot, and then fling, 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 and.
Like, what the fuck?
Everybody in the background's getting shot and they're falling over and she gets behind the table. It was crazy, cool scene.
Yes.
But they left it right there. She's basically stuck behind that counter.
Oh, I thought she shot the guy.
She shot one and then the other one came in and was shooting at it and that's where they stopped it. So we don't really know what's going to happen with
She's dead. No, she's not dead.
She's not dead. They'll probably open the next episode with her just coming around and taking him out.
Done. Or just alive.
And you have the other guy that's still upstairs arguing on the phone, so he's alive too.
Was he?
Well, he
was downstairs.
Well, when she first came down, she talked to the big guy.
Yeah, and
then... she said, where is so-and-so? The other guy that was like running the whole thing. And he said, "Oh,
he didn't walk away, did he? He was still there. He was shot, I think."
Yeah, he was shot. But the other guy that's in the group, that's like leading the whole thing, not her.
What does he look like?
Taller, slender, dark hair. But he's said, "Oh, he's still on the phone. He's arguing with these people about something or other," and I can't remember the detail of what he was talking
Well, it
about.
was definitely the Chinese hacker.
Yeah.
That's who it is.
White Rose's group.
White Rose and his group, because he was not having that.
But don't you think that's gonna like bring more heat down on him? Like, you can't take out a whole group of FBI agents and not expect the U.S. to come back stronger against, to find out what the hell happened.
They would have to attach him, White Rose. They would have to attach White Rose to the hacker group, to him as White Rose.
Right.
He can just go, I don't know.
Masked guys killed your friends. I don't know.
A crime happened at your hotel. I don't own this country.
It was a random robbery that just happened to take out, 6 FBI agents.
Yeah.
But it's a shocking ending to the episode.
I don't know.
But then we went through her storyline. You got any more on her, the FBI girl? I should probably learn her name.
FBI girl. Well, there's another cool line. Oh wait, that was Darlene. Darlene had that cool line where she was handing off the DC operation to, and he was all, "Oh, thank you. I will please you. I will not let you down."
I'll do a great job.
Shut up, and stop being a fucking pussy and go do your fucking job. That was funny.
Yeah, she's like,
fuck this corporate bullshit, ass sucking. Fucking go do your shit, man. That was awesome.
Yeah, she's like, stop being a pussy and go do your job. I gotta take this call.
I'm sick of this corporate business bullshit, ass sucking shit. Go fucking damn.
She is that character. She can turn on a dime. She can go.
I would do the same thing. Yeah. This is not a job. Go fucking. This is not a corporate bullshit hourly payroll job. Go fucking do this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would have done the same thing. Like, fuck off.
Shut up and do it.
Go do it. This isn't a real job. Go. We're not all wearing suits. Go fucking do this shit.
But apparently, so she's got to stay behind with the other 2 main hackers to help Elliot.
Well, Angela's found her door to take down Evil Corp.
Yep.
She's got to work with Elliot and F Society and Darlene.
Mm-hmm.
So we thought last week she would still find a way to take down Evil Corp.
Yep.
Like, that's not going to stop her. So, and I thought also that one scene with Angela where Elliot says, "My dad's standing behind you."
Mm-hmm. My dead father is standing behind you.
She looks back, and then she says, "Well, if you need someone to talk to," it's like, God damn, she's still a good friend. Like, she hasn't been they haven't talked to each other all season.
Right.
Maybe even like a few episodes towards the end of the season.
Yeah, they haven't.
But she's obviously still a good friend if she says something like that.
Well, they did grow up together.
Yeah, still though.
She's very
some people
loyal.
When it comes to crazy, I mean, some people run away when they find out someone's a little crazy.
Yeah, happens to me.
Yeah. So
I
thought that was really cool of her.
Yeah, it was. I like the way that I was talking about this during the commercial. That scene with Angela and Elliot. I like the way it was shot. So just about everything in this show is directed.
I mean, this is
we've talked about it before.
In every review we've done.
I really liked it.
Yeah, it's like you saying like you like the opening of Game of Thrones. Like
I do. I really like the opening of Game of Thrones.
You did, and you told me like I think 8 episodes in.
I really like the opening.
I was like, are we gonna do this? Are you still gonna say this to me?
Yes.
Do you like the intro? Really?
I do.
Oh, okay.
But what I noticed in that scene is he's centering things that are kind of in the background. So when it was on her, it was centering the TV and also offset her face with the fan that's on the other side, but had enough room for Grandma in the background moving around. You can see her. And then on Elliot, it was...
Well, that's his mom.
That's his mom, sorry.
I think.
And then with Elliot, he's off-center to the left, and there's a lamp directly in the middle, and then the kitchen over on the right. So when you do an offset like that, you're not hitting just the center. You either hit this focus on the center, but if you're focusing on two people in camera, you have to focus on a point in the center so that both things are in focus.
Yeah, I didn't know that. That's cool.
And then when you also have the other 4 points, which is the top, the corners. Whenever you focus something in one of those corners, you still have to have something that's in the center from the same distance so that you're focused on that corner. So it's a little bit more complicated to film that way, but it looks really cool, especially for the tone of the show.
Yeah, we've said that before. The tone of the show is, Elliot's off-center. He is anxiety-ridden, schizophrenic, and he's just off-kilter all the time in his head. So it makes sense to shoot this show like that. It's brilliant.
I would like to see this director, this guy, do a movie.
He has done a movie. I've seen it. It was good. It had Justin Long in it.
Oh, nice.
And it had good dialogue. It was mostly dialogue. It was kind of like it was a romance.
Did he have a similar kind of directing?
His dialogue, yeah, it was a little different. He's definitely way off center in this TV show.
Yeah, like more extreme.
Extremely off center. I think he just kind of did off center sometimes, or not as much.
But you could feel like it was him.
Oh, you could tell it had his director's stamp and his writing stamp.
Nice.
The dialogue was really good, like this.
Do you remember the name of the movie? Well, I'll look it up and we'll put it right there.
Yeah. What else I wanted to say was the set. We haven't talked about that, but the set at his mom's house, like how dark and gray and dull and bleak.
And
like it's not
empty.
It's not. I was trying to think of who we could relate it with. It's not really Tim Burton-y, because he uses vivid colors and then just really dark colors.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. I was trying to place this dull. It's like a dull coloring.
And it's there's nothing in there. No pictures. No knickknacks.
There's like a fan.
Yeah.
And then there's a
fan, a TV,
dresser,
some lamps,
a bed, a table,
Elliot's
a pencil.
But Elliot's apartment is the same way. It's like the computer, a table, a TV, maybe no TV, computer, table, couch, kitchen. That's it. Very empty. It feels empty. Like there's not much in there.
It was different, but yeah, it is a lot like Elliot's. I think maybe I'm focusing on the grayness, like the wall.
The color scheme.
The color is gray, like the painting of the walls is gray.
I can't really think of anything off the top of my head.
Comet is that movie.
Comet?
It's good. COMET.
Comet. There you go.
Go watch that. It's good.
If you like this show, go watch Comet.
Yes. Well, it's a romance. People who like this might not like it.
Well, if you like what we're talking about, the dialogue, the writing, and the directing style, cinematography.
It's definitely unique. Like 500 Days of Summer, it's kind of like a unique romance. So
if you're interested in the behind-the-scenes stuff, check it out. You can compare that movie to this show, just in tone and stuff. Or not tone, but directing style and writing. But so Angela is going to be working with F Society now.
Yes.
to take down Evil
She's
Corp.
gonna slip something into the FBI.
Yeah, she's got to go to the 15th floor and leave a device somewhere so that they have access to the room.
Kind of like the storage facility in the last episode.
Kind of, yeah. I think she just needs to just leave it on a table or something. A wireless device. Because they're going through the cell towers. I guess they need something in there that would be the initial entryway.
Yeah. Okay.
For the proximity.
Alright.
That's what I'm assuming.
I don't know either.
They didn't give us specifics of what it was. They just said you have to go there and drop this off.
Put something. An apple. It was an apple.
Drop this off and leave.
Put this rotting apple in the FBI office.
Now the scenes between Angela and Desiree, they seem...
Who?
Not Desiree, Darlene.
Oh!
I got it.
Yeah.
The scenes between them seem more... maybe not melodramatic, but seem more dramatic than the scenes with other characters. Like they're...
Well, they kind of had a falling out, I think, at the end of the last season.
Like you can feel tension between them.
Yeah, they didn't leave each other on a good note, I think.
No.
Because they were looking for Elliot, and then they had a little tiff, and I guess they kind of... Well, yeah, they did. Oh, wait, no, they kind of joked with each other. No, they did make up. They did make up that at the end. I don't know why there was so much tension between them.
Well, she probably sees Angela as, like, selling out because she went to go work with Evil Corp. She's got that personality. If you do anything that's not what she wants, you're
Angela
selling
was
out.
the one that was pissy with her.
Mm-hmm. And then they had that really creepy scene with Angela and her ex-fiance in the restaurant.
Oh, that guy still has no personality.
No.
He ordered a Bud Light. He talked about Josh Groban. And then he said, when they talked about Gideon dying, he said it was crazy sad. Like him dying was so crazy sad.
So crazy sad, man.
Oh, man. That's so crazy sad.
Wow. That's so crazy sad.
Wow.
It was like
so heartfelt.
Yeah, the least amount of empathy ever. Oh man, it's crazy sad.
Well, I think that scene reminded me that it's good she left him.
Yes.
I don't know what else that scene was doing. Oh, he was trying to get her.
He was trying to get her to stay on audio.
But she's too smart for that.
Yeah. Well, he was pretty stupid about it too. He's like asking, so what do you think of the CD?
Yeah, huh?
And
Yeah, well, yeah, let's talk about the CD.
And then moves his phone closer to her and keeps looking at it.
Did he move his phone?
Yeah, he did. He like moved it into the middle of the table.
Yeah, he's dumb, dude.
Yeah. And she's like, seriously? And I guess he said a lawyer told him to record everything and not trust anyone. But we don't really know what's going to happen with him. Like, maybe he's going to sell her out.
Do we care?
Well, if he goes to the FBI and... Because he basically said
he went to lawyer instead of the FBI.
Well, and
he doesn't have much.
But he did have 3 meetings with the FBI, he said. And when she said, well, what did you tell him? He said, nothing. You know, except for maybe that one guy, and I gave him a sketch. You know, that's more than nothing. So I
gave him Josh Groban tickets.
I'm assuming that means he's selling out.
Oh, that was funny. You didn't laugh at it.
Well, I don't know who the guy is.
Should look up Josh Groban and put up a video of his crappiness right here.
No thanks.
And then you will understand my joke. Because not giving somebody Josh Groban tickets is far from nothing.
Is it like getting Nickelback tickets?
It's like getting Nickelback Bieber tickets or something.
Nickel Bieber tickets?
Yes. Nickelback and the opening band is Justin Bieber.
Oh. And there's crickets in the audience. Chirp, chirp.
It was funny. You just suck and stuff.
But I'm wondering if we'll see more of him. I hope not. I don't really like his character.
Well, they obviously brought him there.
So maybe he'll pop up again with the FBI.
You know what he reminds me of? Remember the guy, the boyfriend in Orange is the New Black?
Yeah.
Like, they just kept continuing his character when he could have just dropped off of the face of the planet.
Unnecessarily.
Like, you don't really need him in the show.
No.
So I'm guessing there's going to be some kind of pressure from him somehow he's going to get some kind of evidence on Angela or something.
Well, he's a type of character that no one cares about now, so I'm assuming he's going to die at some point.
You think that's just the only purpose?
Is to have him there because he's.
I think Angela she might need some pressure on her
to force her to. Well, that was what that scene was kind of for, was to give her pressure to move forward.
So he'll probably be around the rest of the season.
Maybe here or there, but I'm not thinking like every episode.
Oh yeah, just here and there, just to push more pressure on her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Ray's character is not.
We don't like Ray anymore.
We don't really like Ray anymore.
Man.
Well,
he turned out to really suck. But he's a cool actor.
Great actor, doing a great job.
At a crappy character.
But we're...
At an asshole character.
Yeah, we're not really allowed to like the character
Can't
anymore.
like the character anymore. He's a real asshole.
Elliot finds out that he's got...
how fucked up he is.
Yeah, he runs a dark website that basically sells things on the black market. The first thing we saw was...
people...
Yeah, it was a sex trade. Drugs, weapons, rocket launchers.
Assassinations.
Yep. Assassinators.
What are those people?
Assassins.
Assassins? Okay.
Assassinators. Assassins.
We're good with words.
Yeah. Well, the thing said, hire me, I'll kill anybody.
Killer. A hired killer.
Hired killer. But, yeah, we can't like him anymore. And then I'm assuming the other computer guy that was helping him out before Elliot is dead. Because they basically came back to Elliot with his
or he has
little
no rat tail now. That's all they show.
Missing a chunk in the back of his head.
It's like the toe in Big Lebowski. It could just be a rat tail.
Could be.
It could be some other person's rat tail. It doesn't even. It could, like in the Big Lebowski, it was the woman's toe.
Right. And then.
But it probably is that guy's rat tail.
Yeah, it's his rat tail. And then they beat up Elliot, and Ray's like, I told you not to look. He's very calm about it. Very creepy.
Yeah,
but we're not allowed to like him anymore.
Yeah.
He's become a bad guy.
He is.
But
like, I'm okay with like a bad guy, but like, not that bad.
You
can't like a bad guy that bad.
No.
I mean, you can like a bad guy like Boondock Saints or something. Like, they're just...
Well, those are anti-heroes.
Yeah.
This guy's not an anti-hero.
Like, you can like a drug dealer or a gun salesman or... I don't know.
But he's a sex trafficker?
Not a sex trafficker.
No. Yeah, they guaranteed that we can't like him anymore. But Craig Ferguson, you're doing a great job with the character. Craig Robinson is doing a great job.
Desiree Robinson.
You're doing a great job with the character.
Craig Ferguson.
He'd be great.
I'd like to see him in that role.
I do miss his TV show.
If he could not crack a smile while he's delivering his line.
No, he wouldn't be able to. He's too much of a comedian. Why do people have to have the same names? Craig Robinson. Well, Craig Robinson, you're doing a good job. And then we had a little bit with the crazy Swedish lady.
Yeah. I thought she was kind of detached from... This episode shows how attached she still is to Tyrell Wellick. Like, I kind of thought she didn't care. And then she was just paying that guy off in the last episode. That should have been my sign, I think. But in this, you can tell she misses him because she runs outside.
Yeah, she gets a phone call, and she's like, please just tell me say anything. Let me know it's you. And you hear an ambulance or a fire truck going by on the phone, but you also hear it outside the apartment. So whoever was on the phone with her was standing outside.
Just his breathing, you could tell it was him.
And what I was
did
wondering...
Did you catch that?
Well, I assume it's him.
But just, did you catch his breathing? You didn't think it sounded like his breathing?
It just sounded like breathing.
I caught it. It sounded like his breathing.
Okay.
You don't agree with me?
I don't know. I think it's breathing. Anybody can breathe on the phone.
I know, but people have their own little tics.
I guess they never
like you have your own little sniffle. That sounds like I know it's you. You have the same sniff every time. It's like that, right?
Right.
So I know your sniff. I know you're coming if you sniff, because I know it's your sniff.
Okay.
So you can tell it's his.
Well, I never concentrated on his breathing before. I didn't. It's not something I concentrated on, so I didn't know it was him on the phone. But if you've heard it before.
Well, it's his heavy breathing.
But you hear the fire truck going in the background on the phone, and then you hear it outside the apartment. So it means he's physically standing out there somewhere. He's not in another country like they were alluding to. He's physically there. And she runs outside, there's nobody there, phone hangs up. And my first thought was, is someone going to steal the baby? Because she just left the baby in there with the door open. And then she had her henchman, minion, hired hand.
Yeah, you killed the guy she was paying off.
Mm-hmm.
She probably can't afford it anymore.
Well, obviously he was cracking up. He couldn't take the pressure anymore.
And she couldn't afford it. So
yeah.
They were talking about that the last episode.
She was very creepy about how she had him killed, too. Like, she had the guy...
I thought it was really cool.
Paralyze him with the needle, make it look like a robbery, and then shoot him twice, chest and in the head. And she's all like, with her baby the whole time.
With a cat? Oh, wait, no, baby.
Baby. And
I thought that was cool. That was different.
She explained, like, if you just shoot someone, they die not knowing. He's like, this way he had time to process.
I thought that was cool.
He knows why
that was different,
died.
Right?
It was different.
I like that.
Yeah.
Even though it's fucked up.
Yeah.
It was different. That's why I liked it.
I'm wondering if she asks this hired hand, this hired guy, to do too much, if he's going to turn on her, because you could tell he was uncomfortable.
He wasn't. He can't really do too much more.
He was really uncomfortable doing it.
Yes.
He felt very disturbed, and I think part of it is like the guy was looking at him the whole time, so he watched him die and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. So maybe he'll turn on her at some point if she asks for too much.
Yeah, they're definitely showing that she can't get him away with much more with that guy.
Yeah. Or he'll have a limit at some point.
He has a limit, yeah.
But other than that, we don't have too much more with her character yet.
Yeah, I don't really see the importance of her character either, but she was definitely the one putting pressure on Tyrell all last season. Like, the pressure that I think there's something bigger to Tyrell than just him being the head of Evil Corps or a hacker. There's something else, like he's a spy or something. I don't know why there would be a Swedish spy or Norwegian spy, whatever he is. But
yeah.
There's definitely something bigger with Tyrell.
And since they can't really show him in this season right now, they're going with her to keep his story going.
Just to remind you of his story.
Yeah.
The importance of him.
Yeah. Keep him alive in the story without having to show him. And she's crazy enough, so she's interesting to watch.
She is.
And she's hot.
Sure.
But I think that's about it in this episode.
Yeah.
Do you have any other thoughts on this episode?
I think we actually said everything that we needed to say instead of remembering it later on.
Yeah. Actually, it's nice. Of course, again, at 4 in the morning, we'll probably be like, hey, I should have talked
Maybe.
about this.
For some reason, I feel like we remembered everything instead of not feeling that I remembered everything.
Yeah.
So
I feel pretty complete.
So I probably didn't remember everything.
Well, tell me what you guys thought when you saw the episode. Did you like it? Did you hate it? What are your theories and what are your thoughts on comments on what we were talking about? You can check out my Patreon, Facebook stuff, other social medias, and then my address over his head.
Send him Josh Groban tickets.
Send me Josh Groban tickets. If they do, I'd probably go
Send
to the
it
show.
to him. Send it to him in a bologna sandwich.
Oh. I'm going to get some weird shit in the mail.
I hope so.
But all of the links to that stuff is in the description box below. Check that out. Like, share, subscribe. Tell your friends. And we'll see you next week on the next episode. That's not my twin. It's my brother.
Ah.